All right, so what I'm gonna show you now is how to get back to your base from your stomach. This is my good friend, Cody Carpenter. He's the head coach at Ravenna High School, just took them to the state tournament last year, had an outstanding career as an individual, and now he's killing it as a coach. I wanted him in this one because I stole a lot of what I'm about to show you from him, okay? I had my own way of doing it. I watched him do it, and then I added a few little things to it that worked for me personally, and this is how I teach it now. So Cody's gonna be flat on his stomach here, and let's just pretend the guy is on his left side, okay? Cody's gonna show you how to base up from here.
Okay, so the first thing we want to know, notice when you're down here on your belly in the bottom position is that you're trying to put yourself in a position to be successful. And this is the first mistake everyone makes, is they leave their hands right here, and coach could come in and grab my wrist super easy. Okay, so what I want to start with saying is I go pinkies away or thumbs in, however you want to say it, but I'm turning my elbows in here. And what that does is get my chest and head off the mat, which is a position to be successful. And you should be able to read Ravenna or state finals, whatever's on your shirt, you should be able to read that. That's good position. And I understand that's hard when a guy is pushing down on you, but ideally you want to be here and you want to keep your hands free. So typically people are like this, that's poor position. You want to be in good position, okay? While I'm down here like this, if I'm here to get up to my knee slide to my base, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close the window on my left side. And what I'm doing is I'm bringing that elbow back into my ribs. I'm bringing it back in my ribs so that nothing can come in there, okay? And the second step is I post this arm away and I'm gonna turn my hip where my shirt and shorts meet onto the mat. So I close the window, I turn into the hip. Now I lift my leg like a dog, lift my leg up, and I'm walking on the wall, okay? I close the window, I push in, turn my hip, I lift my leg up, I'm walking on this wall, and I'm gonna lift my chest up on my elbow and slide my knee up underneath me. So close, post, turning the hip down, lift my leg up. Now this is the part that a lot of people forget, and that's why I showed you in the beginning to lift with our elbow, get our chest up. When I do that, it creates this space, and I'm sliding that knee, sliding it up under my chest, tight, right here, like I'm going to shoot a low single, okay? There's no space here. No space, no arm, no boot can come in. If the boot comes in, I can catch it and swim it out. But that's the whole point. I'm closing the window, I'm pushing in to my hip, lift my leg just enough, slide my knee under, and I have to lift my chest up as I'm doing it. I don't want to do this and then start sliding. It's one motion. Boom. From here, I get my weight pushed back. In the beginning, coach told you about being in the base with your hands as light as a feather and all your weight's down here. That's the position we want to get in. That is a powerful position. I don't want weight on my hands. He's going to be pushing forward, I'm going to be pushing back, and that's how I'm going to get out. So one more time. We're out here, close the window. I'm pushing in to my hip pocket, lifting, slide, get my weight back. And I'd go into fighting hands from here, nailing it in whatever way you like, turn, cut. Everyone's got their own style.
So what I'm gonna show you now is, so like I told you in the beginning, I stole this from him and I taught it exactly like that for a couple years, but I started using more push back technique from the bottom position. So what I'm gonna show you is a variation of the same thing you just saw and how we use it to get to other, not just to our base, but to other escapes and reversals. So what I'll do is, same thing. The number one thing is never leave your wrists in, because a good wrestler is going to come and get them. Always, 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 they're going to come and get them. So you got to get your wrists away. So what I tell our guys all the time, and so this is where it's, again, this is a variation. You'll see why in a minute. I'm going to extend my hands all the way out, and then I'm going to walk them back till I get my chest up. Now, obviously, none of this moves this slow in real time, okay? Then what I'm gonna do, he's on my left side, is I'm gonna turn my whole body as I push with this hand. So a lot of the things are similar, pushing with that offhand, and I am looking to slide this knee. But what I'm gonna do first is get my toe, and this is just a variation. They both work. And you'll see why I like doing it here for some reasons in a little bit. I'm going to get to my toes and I'm going to push and walk. Okay? Here, I'm going to walk this. Now my knee's out. Now I have options. And every wrestler on the planet is going to want to chop this arm, and I'm okay with that, because if he does, and I'm in this position and he chops, I'm going Granby flip, right? But if I'm doing this right, he won't be able to. Can you get on top for just a second? If I do this right and I push, I get him off here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hands over and change over. Turn this way. And I change over, and now I'm here. And it doesn't matter what he does with this hand, because all I got to do is clear this hand. And in some situations, when I end up here, I can come here, and then I'm going to hip heist and rotate, and now it's switch. And so I do a lot of push off, push back, pressure in type stuff from bottom. So when I'm here, okay, I get my wrists out front, chest exposed, turn my hip, push, 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 push. Now I'm here. And then, if he does chop, I would go to Granby flip, or here, okay? But I want to get from here to this other butt cheek. And then if I peel, I can put this here, or I could come inside and lift, rotate into a hip heist, and I'm looking to cradle or Turk. So, getting to your base, do it the way he showed you. If that's the goal, just right now, get to your base. Maybe you're not a Granby flip guy. Maybe you're not a good switch guy. Maybe you're not a good sit-out guy. You got to get to your base. But for a variation, pushing, getting this push as I walk, sliding this knee, right? And then changing over here, that's a variation. His base up has worked for me for 10 years. And all we've done is develop it a little bit to try to add some other escapes out of it. His base up is what you should do to get to your base. Mine is what you should do if you're looking for specific escapes or reversals.